2.5 minutes here in the first. How does the development, Greg, of role players affect the team?
It can be a major factor. Being able to fill the needs of a team, and that's what it's all about. A shot here, a block there, structural players, critical.
It's been well documented that MP is taking these matchups seriously against other opponents in this conference. You got to wonder if that hasn't provided some extra motivation.
You love the gamesmanship. MP putting it out there. I mean, we've all heard the big statements in the past, and MP going after this is only natural, but it is hard to back up. And so far, he's done it. The question for the future, how nasty will it get as he continues to face teams and players who want nothing more than to shut MP down?
On the court for the Pistons, we've got Cunningham. He's out there with Castle. Koulibaly is out there with Mullen. And it's Hudgens in at the power forward position. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Well, guys, cool hands in that last outing against the Nets really delivered. He contributed 61 points, and as we've come to expect, he filled it up from three-point range whenever he could. A performance like that makes you hungry for more. We're looking to follow that up tonight. Guys?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. You take a look at the Celtics. They're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack. Into that top five.
And looking at the Wizards, they are rolling, showing a lot of belief in themselves. The fan base is energized. We'll see if they can keep this up.
And Mullen with the slam.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Hard to believe you could have this kind of a flow. Unbelievable.
Here is Mason. Last game with 30 points. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
So for the Wizards, their last game a win against Brooklyn. Rebound by the Wizards. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
And the focus was to get stops. All game, they were right up on shooters, and that led to some big-time rejections.
Well, they did have some impressive numbers blocking shots, and I like their defensive game plan.
Here's Cunningham. After the made shot from Jordan, 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks, and the basket is good.
And great vision there to punish the double team. That was well executed.
And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jordan's got 26 points.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Wizards lead by 16. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And, guys, we've seen a confident-looking Wizards team out there.
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
We've got Jordan. And it's Oakley in at the point. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards. Mason for three. And it's Jordan with the rebound. Wizards leading by 14 to the paint. And it's Jordan with the jam.
Showing great vision and delivering the pass out in front.
And here is Mason. Scoreless thus far. From 13. That's short off the rim. Chugainov, guarded by Robinson. Here's Chugainov. Gets the three-pointer to fall. 5 points in the game.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. And here we can check out the story for him. Kerr's checked in for Oakley. And here we go. Coach's challenge is being called for here on the out-of-bounds violation.
And you know these types of plays, especially when you're talking about action around the sideline. This is
the previous play is the ruling on the floor is confirmed.
With the fidelity and angles that we've got access to now. So we just got word from the NBA Replay Center via the official courtside administrator. And the original call will stand for the out-of-bounds violation.
You know, and some people might argue, hey, we're stopping the game, but this uses up a timeout, so that's technically already a break that could happen regardless of the call staying the same.
McMillan's checked in for Washington. Cade Cunningham's checked in for Detroit. Here we are, Stan, seeing more and more great international players in the NBA. And you've had a chance to coach some of the good ones as well.
Well, yeah, look, Kevin, you're right about the league now. We see every year, it seems like, the MVP is an international player. I had Hedo Turkoglu as a big part of what we did in Orlando. Yes. Was a most improved player in the league one year and a key part of our team that made it to the finals. 6'10", highly skilled, very versatile guy. There are great players coming from everywhere in the world.
And again, it's the Pistons missing. Wizards leading by 21. Santiago the pass to Jordan. Beyond the arc. And he's good on the three ball. He has 5.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
And they double up Cunningham. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Robinson, that's good.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Wizards.
For Washington, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Oh, Kev, he put some anger behind that one.
You're telling me. And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. And now let's bring you the list of the top three-point shooting teams over the course of the past 10 games. Number 1, the Wizards.
Well, this has been a hot three-point shooting team, and it starts with their passing, moving the ball to get quality looks.
Fast break, here they come. Chalk up 2 there. Jordan's got 8 here in the quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Washington.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, if you want to win, of course, playing both ends of the floor is essential. Former Defensive Player of the Year Draymond Green says, we've seen teams for years make the mistake of thinking they could put a great offense out there and win. You run up against a team that's just competent offensively, but they play defense, you're going to lose. Kevin?
You got the 1-2 punch, as Draymond talks about. Man, that is something tough to get by. DA thanks. Detroit shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. And the Wizards making a change here. Sars checked in. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Mason, he checked in for Murray. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Washington's gotten off 4 shots from three-point range tonight and buried every one of them. Here's Jordan. And it's Jordan with the jam.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Mason misses.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And it's Jordan with the jam.
Of the 2 offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
Well, I think it's because they're calling sets that really match up well with their personnel. And we talk about the importance of protecting the rim. Right there, outstanding defense.
pass to Song. Here's Carrington. Hits the three-point bomb. Carrington's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And it's Mason with the ball for the Pistons. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
They played terrific defensively. The few cracks they showed, guys were quick to rotate and help each other out.
And nothing feels better than a win where team defense is the main factor.
Jordan looking it over. He gets it up. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And how about that triple to put a cap on their run here going into the break. Finish that half on a big-time roll.
And so it's Washington with a 34-point advantage heading into the break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
Thanks for tuning in. We love the mountain climbing, don't we? Well, there's a huge mountain to climb for the Detroit Pistons. I'm guessing they're getting an earful in that locker room right about now. You got a feel for them.
Yeah, feel for them. We're the ones who's got to watch this.
You kept watching? I was on my tablet, catching up on my favorite shows.
Big fella, as always, 100% engaged. Now let's talk about that first half. What an impressive performance for the Wizards.
They've been in.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at Cool Hands in this game, he's been everywhere.
Well, through the first two, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, he's been locked in tonight. Through the first two quarters, he's been a huge factor from outside.
Pistons shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. On the court for the Pistons, Castle is out there with Cunningham. Then it's Mullen. Then it's Coulibaly. And it's Hudgens in at the 4 spot.
Well, he's been in total control offensively, and the defense has had no answers.
And there's the foul. It goes on Cool Hands. That'll be his second foul of the game. Mullen for 3. And it's Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. With the fadeaway. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
Good on the shot.
Oh, nice to see Cunningham strike from mid-range. He obviously isn't afraid of mixing up his offense.
Jordan, and Jordan throws it down.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And Morris comes over to help. And Coulibaly gets it to go.
Off and running right off the bat here to start the second half.
Jordan with the ball. Now defended by Cunningham. And Washington again with the bucket.
You know, they've hit the ground running to begin this second half. 4 for 5 so far.
For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. And Morris comes over to help. The 3. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Fade away. Another bucket. Wow. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
And they double up Cunningham. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. The Pistons working the ball around now. Hudgens can't hit. Washington has gotten on a roll from three-point land. They've been flawless. 6 for 6 tonight. The fader. And another. Once again, shot good from Jordan. Jordan's got 53.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are one or two of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
And Morris comes over to help. The Pistons shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. Coulibaly, no good. And it's Washington's ball. They're on a 14-5 run. Here's Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Well, sometimes you just make shots, but they've certainly come out on a tear here in the third quarter.
Good on the three-point shot.
And a quiet first half from distance. Didn't even try a three, but now he's 1 for 2 from deep in the second half.
Coach, it didn't take long for Cade Cunningham to establish himself as the leader of this team.
Well, Kevin, he's very mature for his age. He was put in a position with all young guys around him, so he had to step up. And I've never heard Cade Cunningham blame anyone else for the team's struggles. He's got everything you could want in a team leader.
That's just good fundamentals from Cunningham. When a guy is that open, you got to get it to him.
Fades back. Again, the Wizards good for 2.
Well, he's had a night. This team feeds off of his energy. And every time they've needed a bucket, he's delivered.
For Detroit, they've gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Cunningham's gone 3 of 9 shooting to the right side. Back to Jordan. And got it! Another basket.
Make that 61 points.
Yep, everything is going his way right now. And they double up Cunningham. Here's Castle. The shot comes out. Good D by Jordan. Washington's gotten on a roll from three-point land. They've been flawless. 6 for 6 tonight. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Lets it go from deep. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Well, it's easy to see why they continue to call his number. He's delivered, and he's the leading scorer in this game.
And a wide-open look for Cunningham. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Oh, he's frustrated there. You know he wanted to come right back with the 3 of his own.
From deep, Jordan. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Yeah, now they are firing on all cylinders. That shot puts 3 more onto their lead as we head to the 4th.
And so it's the Washington Wizards. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, he's a consummate floor general, surveying the defense and delivering the pass on time and on target.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. They've got Sarr. He's out there with Jordan. And it's Kerr in at the 1. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Here's Cunningham after the made shot from Jordan. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Cunningham's shot is off.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Connects again. 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Count the basket.
What a difference a half can make. As much as he struggled in the first 2 quarters, he certainly made up for it with his play in the second half.
Here's Sarr, and Jordan gets it to go.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
And it's Cunningham with the ball for the Detroit Pistons. Stan, you always emphasize defense. What do you make of the offensive surge in the NBA today?
Well, Kevin, look, the skill level is the best it's ever been. Shooting range is incredible, which makes defenses have to defend more and more of the court. Rules and officiating favor the offense. It's never been harder to defend in the NBA.
It sure looks that way. You're right. Mason against Kerr. Pass to Castle. And it's blocked by Jordan. Hands with the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. Barry's checked in for Kerr. Cunningham left side. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. And a missed layup. Down low, here's Jordan. Up and in on the layup. Jordan's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Cunningham outside. Shoots. Rebound by the Wizards.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
And again, Cunningham missing.
Well, I hate to say it, but he hasn't done a lot to help their cause tonight. He's been a little erratic from the floor.
Pass to Jordan for 3. Cranes the three-pointer.
He is cold-blooded. Drops the dagger. Piles on to what was already a big lead.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it. Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
Now, here is Jordan. Lets the 3 fly. And, yep, another basket.
81 on the night. Channeling his inner Mamba right now.
There is no slowing this guy down. He is on fire. Cunningham for 3. Rebound by the Wizards. Jordan's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. Nice ball movement by Washington. 3-pointer. And again, Washington with the triple.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Wizards.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
Hugely satisfying.
Yet another bucket.
And what a night. Arguably the best in franchise history.
Tying the franchise mark for most points in a game. The next basket breaks it. There's the screen. Pass to Hudgens. And Jordan sends it back. Goes up. And another one falls.
And never in the history of the franchise have we seen a game like this. He's putting on a remarkable performance.
It's their all-time single-game scoring record. Their fans will be reliving this game for a long, long time. 40 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Sinks the three-pointer.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
Hudgens can't hit.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
Now, Jordan. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers.
Keep it up, MP. Keep chopping wood. Not even Shaq could dominate a game on offense like that. Win this thing so we can get some Italian beef sandwiches.
Coach, what up?
What's up, MP? Glad you came through. Let's get that work in.